This week, Gina and I are meeting up with some new friends from Club Rec as they tell us about their southern expansion and take us on a great ride out to Three Corners.
Then we're showing off a different kind of trail as Nick Chase takes us out for a spring hike on a trail that will show off a bit of each season in Adams Canyon.
And finally, we're beginning a series on the legends of the trail. And we're going to start with one of the originals of Stedman's Recreation, Bruce Stedman. It's all headed your way now. At Your Leisure is next. Well, how about that view?
It's pretty.
We can do some hiking and some riding today. Welcome to At Your Leisure, everybody. I'm Kevin Mortensen.
And I'm Gina Mortensen.
And we are with our friends from Club Rec and their beautiful Can-Ams. And we're on the trail.
Gorgeous.
They are. We're on the trail that goes from Cedar Pockets to Three Corners.
Three Corners. I posted on Facebook I was going to Three Corners today, and I had somebody ask me if I was going to Four Corners. And that confused me just a little bit. It's on the other side of Utah.
We did that last year.
We're going this way.
You know what? It's a beautiful day. It's the only place in the entire state where it's not snowing because we're in Arizona.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, we're in Arizona.
This is where we found the blue skies, you guys, Arizona.
You do what you got to do. Listen, we're going to head on down the trail. Let's go check out this ride.
Today we're out here in the Cedar Pockets coming out of the Virgin River Gorge just over here to the Three Corners Monument where Nevada, Arizona, and Utah meet. This ride really has a lot to offer. There's several different types of terrain that you cross through and just really unique features. We come across a real neat sinkhole. It's massive and just kind of out where you would least expect it. And just amazing views over the gorge and all the different landscapes. It's just beautiful. I mean, we go from the desert down into the green trees and leaves and just beautiful scenery everywhere we go. I love the washes. Just being able to throw it in four-wheel drive and rip through the corners, and it's just a blast when you catch it after a storm. You know, if you can time it right and get out there and tear it up when we've got a little bit of moisture in there to keep the dust down, it really makes it a riot. You're constantly coming across new scenery and you're never looking at the same thing. These washes are really like little highway systems throughout the desert because it gets so rocky and just real rough country. So it's real neat being able to just drop down in a wash and cruise over a few miles and hop into something completely different from what you were just in. So we love it. We've got a lot of good riding all around us. This place really caters to all different types of skill levels and you know, it's fun for all types, so it's really a good one. It's real entertaining. It can be as casual as you make it, or you've got other high-speed sections, or you can kind of go out away from the frequently traveled trails and really get into marked trails that are just real desolate and not used very often, and you just kind of have it all to yourself.
Now that's quite a hike up out of there.
Okay, I love hiking, but I am so afraid of heights that this is more fun coming up than going down.
That's 100 feet. There's some really cool things to see out here.
I mean, it's really cool down there and there's no wind, but
The Joshua trees, the snow-covered peaks.
it's been a nice trail so far.
This has been awesome.
And we've been able to go really fast in our little Can-Ams.
That's right. And
You're out of breath. You need to come hiking more often.
That's a long way. So while I catch my breath, you guys are going to go check out this week's Where To.
Hey, At Your Leisure, Nick Chase here. Today I'm out in Davis County doing a hiking trail. Now, Davis County isn't necessarily known for its hiking trails, but it's got some fantastic hidden gems that I'm gonna show you today, just like this trail I'm on, which is Adams Canyon. Now, from the parking area, Adams Canyon just looks like switchbacks leading up to a scrubby ridge, but this is one of the most popular hiking spots in the entire county. And I'm gonna show you guys why. Check it out. Even though the beginning of the trail seems bland, the locals, they all know best, and they say to keep pushing through to enjoy.
don't let the first 20 minutes of the hike dictate, like make you think this is what the hike's gonna be, because you have these switchbacks, they feel hard, and there's no scenery, and so if you decide in the first 10 minutes that you don't like the hike and you turn around and go back, you're missing everything.
Now that first portion can be a bit exhausting, but it's well worth the reward as you get 2 waterfalls on this hike for the price of 1. And after working up a sweat in that first half, it might be well worth it to dip your head in and cool off. Since we're hiking in the spring though, I'd recommend staying out. After getting past the first waterfall and finally dipping into the canyon, well, that's where this trail really starts to shine.
The river's nice, the trail's super kept up. For the most part, people respect it, and the trees, and it's a good place to get oxygen, I'd say.
If you do it, you can do it in the wintertime with trails, and it's like kind of a perfect combination where everything else is muffled because the snow kind of muffles everything else out, and then you have this nice river. But yeah, ditto to everything else, the trees, everything, the rocks, perfect.
Adams Canyon features quite the variety of terrain as you make your way to the second waterfall. And with the typical spring weather in Utah, you can experience every season in one day on this hike. Also, be sure to bring the proper foot gear. Because this is a waterfall hike with a river running through the canyon, you're gonna have some moments at which your feet might get wet. And seeing as how it is still winter, there is still some snow on the ground, so I brought these handy little micro spikes to keep my feet good while I'm hiking. And just like that, we're set to counter the ice. The fact that you can hike this canyon any day of the year is just another reason why it's such an endearing location.
It's got a pretty good canopy, so I mean, you could be doing it out in 100 degrees and it's not super crazy. The winter allows you to do it, you can do it all year, so just make sure you got water, spikes in the winter, and just at least tennis shoes.
Located just off Highway 89 in Layton, it's the perfect hike to drop in quickly and spend a few hours if you've got the time.
It's a good, family-friendly hike. It doesn't take long. You could be round trip at a slow pace in, 2 hours. So it's got a good draw to get up to Davis County, but yeah, it can get pretty busy, especially on the weekends. So maybe come up during the weekday if you want to get a little piece coming up.
It just goes to show that no matter how unassuming any spot is in the state of Utah, there's always an opportunity to explore a part of it and find something special that was unknown to you before, whether it be a wonderful trail or a couple of gorgeous waterfalls. For At Your Leisure and this week's Where To, I'm Nick Chase.
Isn't it time to slow down? To enjoy the view, to get some space, and to social distance. There's no better place to be than on the trails. Visit tuillacountytrails.com for your next adventure.
Reason number 9 to spend the night in Duchesne County. It's the Centennial Event Center in Duchesne City, the center of business and entertainment in the county. The facility features rodeos, the county fair, and even motorsports year-round. Then grab a world-class burger at Cowan's Cafe before finally unwinding in your own luxurious townhome at Winterton Suites. Discover all the reasons to spend the night in Duchesne County at uintabasin.org.
At Stedman's Recreation, trucks are arriving daily with back-ordered side-by-sides, ATVs, and dirt bikes. Let Stedman's Recreation help get you outside so you can explore and create memories to last a lifetime. Call or stop by Stedman's to hold your side-by-side, ATV, or dirt bike with a small deposit. Yamaha, Honda, Polaris, and Beta. Plus, Stedman's has a full service department and Honda power equipment.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
Coming down into the little valley and stuff, you can look over the whole thing. For me, I can just feel the stress just kind of melt away. There's so many trails to go up on and explore. The desert, and then you've got the lake, you got the mountains. It's just a little bit of everything. It's a little piece of paradise out here. Pretty much anybody that I've brought up here, they will ask, can we come back?
Hey everybody, welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Scott Huntsman. I'm at my two-neck shop here in South Jordan. This is what's new this week. It's 2010 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Wrangler Rubicon, this one that came in the shop, has a two-piece front axle housing assembly. We have a broken axle housing, a very unfortunate day for somebody on the trail with this. And you know what? I've got a great upgrade for this we're going to install today. The Dana Spicer UD44. It's really going to be cool. Let's get started with this and we'll show you what it is that we're going to do. Andrew, one of my technicians here in South Jordan, he's going to tell us a little bit about this axle. What do you think, Andrew?
All right, so the best thing for our situation, since our previous axle has snapped about in this location, our tubing is going to go from a 1/4 inch to a 5/16. That'll really prevent it from ever breaking again. Our brackets here are all 1/4 inch steel. You have your adjustable track bar, big old cast housing for your differential, so that's nice and reinforced, so nice and strong so you don't break it.
Yeah, this is really a good option for this. One other thing too is it comes with new chrome moly hardened shafts. Definitely an upgrade with the axle shafts. It comes with those. This one's been re-geared to a 488, so we ordered it that way. And hey, it's ready to go. Eaton E-Lock are included with a factory harness connection, so it's really a plug and play deal. All right guys, so we got this assembly on the stand. We've got our knuckles already installed, ball joints transferred. These are Terraflex ball joints, by the way, and we press them into the housing. Let's go ahead and lift it on up, Andrew, and get the lower control arm started first. Okay, I'm good here. All right guys, so we got the housing in place. We've got all the bolts started. We're gonna go over and torque all of those and everything will be perfect. We got the Terraflex ball joints. Ball joint nuts are all torqued. We got the safety cotter pins in, all good there. Little coat of paint on these knuckles. These are the only parts that we reuse are the knuckles off the axle shaft. Good coat of paint goes a long way. All right guys, one thing I'm gonna do as well, we're going to install 2 brand new wheel bearings. This is a good time to do that while we have them apart. Now bearings, we're gonna put in a good one, a premium one. Moog bearing comes with the anti-lock brake wheel speed sensor, the whole harness that'll run its way all the way up to the connection. So this is a really good top quality bearing. I wouldn't do anything but. All right guys, Andrew here's gonna do the alignment. That's the last step, very critical step. One benefit of this axle assembly is they have built 3 degrees of additional caster angle into this axle housing without changing up how the pinion angle is. So this pinion angle is critical and it's good, and I'm digging it because this axle is going to give us that extra 3 degrees. So, you know, last step is we're just going to take it for a road test and see how it turns out. All right, guys, project complete. Alignment is done. This thing really turned out good. That extra caster angle makes a difference on how this thing can really handle on the highway. After all, that's where we drive them the most. It's going to be rugged and robust for off the road as well. Now, if you want one of these options, come and see us here at Two Necks, South Jordan or West Valley. We install these, we sell them. It's a great option to do, and it's such a robust, strong axle. Hey, I'm Scott Huntsman. More at your leisure in a moment.
The Beaver County Trails Jamboree is back for 2021. Join us for 4 nights and 3 days of riding, exploring, and delicious food May 11th through the 14th. Explore Beaver County from the Frisco Kilns to the Mineral Mountains while shaking winter off and making new friends along the way. Register online and join us this spring for the Beaver County Trails Jamboree. This will be an outdoor event to accommodate the current situation. We'll see you soon.
Sick of staying home? Getting outside and exploring great open spaces is now more important than ever. Spend your summer exploring Tooele Valley, where there is so much so close. Plan your escape now at TooeleValley.org.
The Old West is still alive in Juab County. Stories of the past are hidden in the desert mountains. From relics of mining history to places of outlaw mystery, tall tales to be discovered, and buried treasure to be uncovered. Juab, the key county of Utah.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure.
And look, we made it to Three Corners,
Utah, Nevada, and Arizona.
which is quite a feat for one day.
That's why you normally follow it up with a trip to the spa.
Well, and that's just right over that hill right there in Mesquite. Listen, Three Corners Monument is spectacular. It's everything it's cracked up to be. You need to get out here and see it. We are with our guides from Club Rec, and they are expanding into southern Utah.
They've been up north for 15 years and they finally decided to head south.
And we're glad they did. They're showing us around. They've got great machines and we're having a lot of fun.
They have a story to tell about this monument though.
You know, Joey, our guide, was telling us that in 1870 they put it in the wrong spot.
1871.
Sorry, 1871 they put us in the wrong spot. Is that right? 1901 they fixed it. They redid the math, realized it's supposed to be right there. And so they come down in 2017, they put up this pretty monument. And we just drove out to it today. And what a great ride.
It's a nice ride, and the weather's been great, except for a little bit of wind, but still a nice day.
That's right, and we can't wait to introduce you to the guys at Club Rec.
We are a rental company. We do high-end wakeboard boats, high-end UTVs, jet skis, snowmobiles, paddleboards, anything you could ever want. Club Rec's main office is in Eden, Utah. We have 4 locations there. We just expanded to southern Utah, and we're a little bit different than the other rental companies in the area because we actually bring these machines just like these ones straight to you. No hauling, nothing like that needed.
And we're offering tons of different tours and experiences. We're trying to cater to our guests as much as possible and really bring the machines out to you guys and just make it a hassle-free experience. We can accommodate to everyone's needs. Our sanitation practices are top-notch. We try to take care of everybody to the best of our abilities.
So we're trying to make it easier for that traveler coming into the town where they only have the Corolla, they only have the small vehicle, they can't tow boats, they can't tow jet skis. Just makes it easier for those people. Definitely better when you're taking people that have never been to this area before, kind of show them everything that Southern Utah has to offer. It's not just Sand Hollow and golf. So if you want to come enjoy Southern Utah with us, you can look at our website, clubrecutah.com, or you can give us a call at 801-564-3375. We'd love to take care of you.
Well, we're having a lot of fun out here with the guys from Club Rec, and it is fun having a guide, isn't it?
Definitely really amazing because they can tell you how to use the machine and where to go.
You know, and they show you things that you're not going to see otherwise, things that you just might drive right on past. They got great machines, and it's been a lot of fun. So, you know, the trail's been great. Seeing some new country.
Nice weather.
Enjoying the weather.
Fun people.
In Utah, on the Arizona side, but on the Utah side, it's a little rough. Anyways, we're going to keep moving on down the trail, and we're going to send you guys off to this week's Along the Way, sponsored by Rocky Mountain ATV.
If you were to conjure up one name that was synonymous with At Your Leisure, you would be hard-pressed to find one better than Bruce Stedman. For as long as there has been an AYL, and in reality, a little bit longer, Bruce has been there. Stedman's Recreation is the one single sponsor who has been by our side for every season since this show began in its original form way back in 2001. In fact, Bruce appeared in our very first episode and was part of our most recent one just 1 week ago. Bruce even played a key role in the very creation of AYL.
I was in charge of a dealers association, which we were supposed to, every dealer put $10 a month for everyone they sold in a fund, and we would have that money that we could fight the environmental groups for trying to close everything up, because it takes money. Our organization as dealers need something to help them fight basically your companies and the environmental community against you, and it's too bad that our industry didn't grasp onto that. But we did grasp on to this show.
Bruce's loyalty to AYL is not an anomaly. He has latched on to any and all causes that lead to more people being able to enjoy motorized sports on more trails in more venues. From the Tooele County Trails Committee to the State Parks Advisory Board to multiple access organizations and off-road think tanks, he has always responded to the need to serve the sport.
I've had Honda R&D, that's the recreational development part of the company, at my home in Torrey 4 times. It went up and leveled in the company until I had the highest officials in the company at my home. That was a great experience for me to be able to sit down with those people and talk with them, and I think that's something that, well, I know that's something that most dealers have never been able to have the opportunity to do, and I've been fortunate enough to have that opportunity.
It has given Bruce great satisfaction to see some of his suggestions made to Honda engineers show up on the next generation of ATVs. But his greatest satisfaction comes from not only enjoying his profession, but his products as well.
We enjoy everything we sell, actually. I do try to take once a year on my elk hunt, and I take a lot of ATVs and four-wheelers down on the Boulder Mountain. We play with all the stuff that we use all the stuff that we ride.
Who says you can't mix work with pleasure? The family gatherings on Boulder Mountain are part of the glue that holds 3 generations of Stedmans together at work and play. While Bruce saw his company grow along with a manufacturer that started with a handful of small motorcycles to an industry built upon dozens of options from 2 wheels to 4 and everything in between, it hasn't always been that way.
We had a 3 to 4 month business, summer, that's it. And so we had to do something to keep our employees and keep something in the winter, so we cut Christmas trees for years, and then we built some wood-burning stoves for years. I had another guy working for me, Tal Merkley, and he knew how to build them, and so we built them for years, and we did whatever we could to stay alive. When they finally come out with the 3-wheeler, that we went to California and rode them, and we just fell in love with them. You know, they're funner than heck. And we could see how this was going to catch on, and the sales just kept going more and more and more, and every month was worried because we kept ordering all these numbers, and the numbers scared us to death because, you know, we're a little town, little guys.
From $100,000 orders to $3 million, the industry has changed, and so has Bruce.
It used to be 80% four-wheelers. Now it's 80% side-by-sides. And it'll change. Something else will come. They'll find something that's interesting and people want to have, you know, who knows. I was the first one in my family to have a motorcycle. My mother wasn't too happy about that, but it turned into something very special to all of us.
You've been waiting for the next ride, and now it's here. Introducing the next generation of ultimate trail agility and comfort, the new Razor Trail and Razor Trail S. With all new style, instant acceleration, all-day comfort, and innovative technology for your best group ride yet. The new Razor Trail and Razor Trail S. Ultimate agility and endless comfort for the trail ahead. Polaris, think outside.
Hey honey, have you seen this tire? Do you think we'll make it?
Not on that thing.
Don't let bad tires ruin your trip. With service stations at every location along I-15, we can get you back on the road with fast, friendly, professional service. Eagles Landing has everything you need along the way. Even the things you didn't know you'd need. Get ready for the road at Eagles Landing.
Make Marysville your hub for adventure. Nestled in the Tusher Mountains with direct access to the Bayou Trail. Explore history from Miners Park to Butch Cassidy's cabin, while blazing trails from mountain peaks to the shores of Otter Creek.
Well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Kevin, coming to you from Utah.
And I'm Gina, coming to you from Arizona.
How is it down there?
It's windy, but it's sunny.
It's a little cool in Utah today. Typical snowbird. Look, we've been coming to you all day today from the Utah, Arizona, Nevada line. We're out here with Club Rec. We're seeing some new scenery that I haven't seen in a long time, and we're having a great time. That line, that's the state line.
Stay in Utah, I'm gonna go south.
Fun stuff. Listen, hope you're enjoying the show. Let's take a look at next week's show.
Next week, Chad and Rhea are joining up with the Lone Peak 4x4 crew as they get the Jeeps revved up to ride the Devil's Racetrack.
Then, the AYL crew is headed back out on the trail with the Tri-State ATV Club as they take us to a trail that's located just outside of Apple Valley and is sure to provide some scenic views.
Finally, we're joining the folks from Jorgensen's as they take us out to Beaver, Utah to the Boring Rifle Factory to show us that these rifles are anything but boring.
Now let's take a look at our contest winner.
This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by Paula Brown, and it looks like she's the lucky winner of a $400 gift certificate to RiFab. RiFab offers the best custom metal fabrication for your rig. Visit rifab.com for more information.
And it looks like she's going to win a bonus $100 gas and gift card from our friends at Eagles Landing, which is the best place to fuel up for your next adventure.
Congratulations, Paula, and be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize.
Well, you definitely don't want to miss next week's show. It's going to be fantastic. But this week we had a great time with Club Rec and Joey and Logan out here. Logan, tell our viewers how they can find this area. So
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you guys for coming and enjoying this great weather we have with us. Yeah, absolutely. So we are about 15 minutes southwest of St. George, the Cedar Pockets exit 18 on I-15. As you get off the exit, you're going to take a right, and we have this great staging area here, and we're able to just hop on this little dirt road, the Cedar Pocket Road. It loops you up and around. It will drop you on the other side of this mountain here, and you will cross the old Highway 91, and you'll go along the big power lines along the state line, and it'll take you out to the Three Corners Monument, and then you can loop around and tear up those washes and just enjoy all the beautiful landscapes.
So much great riding out there, and great for these machines. Lots of sand, there's dirt, there's rocks, there's just a little bit of everything. Unfortunately, a half hour is just not enough time. We're running out of time for this week's show. So we're gonna have to tell all of you goodbye. We want to remind you to check out all the great trails on www.outsiders.zone and check out this show if you miss it on YouTube. And remember, as you're making your way around the state, that there's adventure around every bend.
You just have to get out there and create it yourself.
At your leisure.